you for joining me today at More Life 2016 Press Launch. As I said earlier, it's the 6th year of More Life. It has gone from strength to strength. I'd love to ask you all individually, like, how does it feel to be a part of More Life 2016? The promo, everything from the lead up. I'll go ladies first. See, look, Saskia and Taurus like spice.
First of all, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
It feels good, actually. It's always a pleasure. I have a little London in me as well. I'm a British, so it's like my hometown. So you're supposed to be saying, welcome back.
Welcome back.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure to be a part of a great show, a good production. It's always a pleasure because oftentimes you have people trying to do something or trying a little thing. But when you're a part of a big production like this, and you know that it's going to be great, and the whole production is good, it's just always a pleasure to showcase your talent on a great, show, a great stage. So for me, it's just a pleasure.
Respect.
Really?
Is it?
It is.
Is it?
Yeah, mate.
As far as I'm concerned, it's always good to represent the art form, outside of Jamaica, anywhere, and as Spice said, sometimes the presentation is not as you'd love it, or, the kind of setting and the promotion or whatever. So whenever you find you have an opportunity to represent the craft on a premiere kind of event with, other premiere stars and, just 100% proper setup, is always good. And, to be a part of the show, like you said, 6 years in, and to be a part of something that's growing, it's good vibes. So, more life.
More life.
Yeah.
Mr. Riley?
Them say it best already, the good thing, the good company, we like the company, because a lot of time it is concerts with all the different artists and you don't have the vibes neither, especially these places in the world, fireplaces, you see a lot of strangers. So it's good to see people we know and knowing that them is real serious musicians like myself, and them I'll give them best and I'll give my best and we get to represent, so it's a good thing, just the whole vibes and energy. I really like that.
A Spice dancer, they really like
That too, but but definitely, just the whole company, we like the company because sometimes we're far out by ourselves and I'm sure them can say the same thing, so it's nice when we link up, it's worries.
Mad.
It's more life.
What I want to ask all of you is, obviously, what can we expect, but not so much what can we expect. This is not your first time to the UK, so how do you feel you can bring something different, go up again? What is it that each time that keeps you going?
Yeah, trickster, you ask the same question a different way.
But I appreciate that. No, I appreciate this kind of
craft.
I have to.
No, well, for me, I have my new album out is called The Theory of Reggaetivity. And, most of my offerings so far, I've been fortunate enough to enjoy a career spanning close to 15 years. And my primary choice of expression up until recently has been dancehall. So that's what people, mostly familiar with. So for me now, having a full reggae album out and, just feeling a lot more comfortable expressing myself with reggae music. This is kind of like the perfect show to be on, where you have Tarrus Riley, who is representing more reggae side, and then you have Spice representing 100% dancehall, can't start. And then now, I therefore have the kind of audience in which I can present my dancehall and present some of the new reggae. So for me, it's going to be a good vibe to express them two avenues,
And Miss Spice?
Basically, without me, this year wouldn't be nice. I'm gonna bring.
That's true. So modest.
It's true, Spice.
Humbly said.
I'm gonna bring the little flavor, the little spice to the show.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I'm basically here to nice up the show, just to do my best. I have my Team Spice dancers here with me as well. So we're going to showcase like a burst of energy. The ladies, them we can't whine and can't gyrate and don't know how to manage the body properly. We're going to help you with that as well. So a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But I'm just here to bring a nice vibes, a burst of energy, great performance as usual. They call me the stage show boss. They call me the queen of stage. So I'm here to dominate the stage and I'm going to give you just a great performance. Something that you've probably never seen before. So I'm just there for nice it up.
Definitely think it will be something they've never seen before. Practicing that I've been seeing, legs in arms. I don't understand.
Just wait on it.
Mr. Riley?
Yeah, well, it's the same thing. You know, we have only a different style of music we represent. You know, with the dancer, sometimes I'm going to decide, say, yeah, I'm going to act my age. And then, I mean, yeah, because a lot of, you know, I'm going to act my age still. And then, you know, we give reggae, we give different kind of reggae too. We have lovers reggae, we have roots reggae. You know, even recently I did some soca with Marshall Manta. I just make music because I don't want to be one of them artists. Well, I'm not one of those artists that you want to put in a box. And you can't box me neither, or a fight. You understand me? But we just like make music, and like all of the great artists who me look up to, them don't do one style of music. So, you know, you have Tarrus Riley, sometimes you have singing. We just have make music, but the message don't change. The message is always something, you know, hopeful and for feel nice, you know. We're not sing anything out of our character. So only a different style of music on one stage from 3 different artists. Yeah.
Now, all 3 of you have worked with artists that are not dancehall and not reggae, but it would be hip hop, R&B, or pop. Now, some people underestimate dancehall and reggae, especially sometimes in the UK. It's underestimated only when it gets a bit hot in the UK, where it sometimes gets more airplay, or you might see more shows. Do you think that there is a place for dancehall and reggae, or do you think art is a great thing for artists to keep working with other acts? Do you think it keeps you in a lane? Do you think that, I know I'm asking like several questions here, but like bear with where this is going, right? As we are part of More Life Tour, are you surprised, or do you think that UK need to pay attention that we have practically a sold out over 5,000 capacity venue? Does that make sense?
Well,
No.
well, may I try to bring everything together. I mean, you know, them say actions speak louder than words, and you know, I think I am trying on a new attitude where I want to take responsibility for everything I can take responsibility for. It means no excuses. It's an empowering stance, because if you have no play or no influence in what is happening, then you know you're like at the mercy of the variables. But if we can take more control of our music and our culture, like for example, I'm sure you know it took great sacrifice to put the show together and to build it from you know first year to second year to third year. I think when we continue to do things and work on what we need to work on, then the results will come. So you don't need to remind somebody that you sell out a show in the O2 with dancehall and reggae, because the evidence will be there for everybody to see. So I just believe that we should continue to take care of our responsibilities, and it also means that when we have a nice show like this and it sell out, we behave ourselves and we go to the venue. So it don't become a thing where anytime a show sell out, the man ain't going to keep up arms house, or this going go on and damn and they're going to fight, and then you hear say you can't use the venue next year. So it's a lot of responsibility that we need to take with our craft, because it's not been just the music nice and them a fight it. We have done a lot to hurt our own progress at times. So moving forward with a great product like the More Life, and we hope to see many more of them. We want to continue to grow the art form in a kind of way that people can recognize without even say it. Argument done.
Yeah, true.
Very well.
And as far as being surprised about sold out venues, don't feel no way with no hype or show off thing, but a long time reggae artists and dancehall artists have been coming to England.
Yes,
selling
very
out
true.
shows
Very
and
true.
very big venues, you know, for years and years, long before Tarrus Riley, Spice and Assassin.
Not sure.
You know what I mean? So it would be an injustice to the man who paved the way to say that we're surprised that we have a reggae show. We're used to these kind of things.
Yeah.
We used to Jamaican artists coming over here and ramming up venues and stage shows from that time till then. So really and truly, we just carry on this thing. That's when after some other youth can be the next Spice, the next Sasko.
Some other youth can be the next Spice.
No, well I mean, them not be the Spice, them can be another.
I'm just saying, you gotta be
Another
clear.
ingredient. Another ingredient, an extra pepper. You know what I mean? But you have Mr. Pepper, you know, so we don't know.
Yo, I love
No, but you know the point is, you know, this is a banner that we're carrying on, and it's like we have left it to somewhere you from carry it on. So I'm not surprised that these venues are sold out. We give thanks. But long before I and there are artists where you're doing the same thing, selling out these crowds and drawing even bigger venues and stuff like that, and promoters were putting in work same way, and we have to make mention of them also. You know what I mean? Truly.
My take on everything, the question, or the part of the question, because you asked about 3 questions.
I know.
The part of the question, the part of the question that I would want to answer is, about the venue, and if we're surprised, I think you're trying to say that it's very difficult to get permits to even keep a dancehall show right now. And I don't think that the problem is with dancehall, the music itself, but it's because of the people that attend the dancehall. Dancehall is a place, a lot of people don't know that place where people go to listen to the music and stuff like that, reggae and dancehall music. We call the place dancehall. But it's getting a fight, not because of the music, but because of the people that is attending the parties. So I would definitely have to just cry for peace from the people them, because you can't say, oh, the police them a lock off the dance, the police them not giving a permit, you keep your party, you can't even get a date for the venue. Little things like this is what's happening in dancehall, and then them start say, oh, they might fight dancehall music, but it's because of the violent people that is following the music. So we just need to know that we talk to the people and say, listen, if you want to have fun and you want to keep the genre going, you have to stop the violence and stop coming out and you hear say somebody get hurt and stuff like that. So that is why we're so appreciative of More Life and the place, the venue, and to be able to get the permit to do it. So we have to appreciate that. So I just hope nobody not come broke no war, so that you can keep it next year. And I think that is what we need to stress on, you know, just have a peaceful event.
Sasko, Daddy Ernie, Vibes FM.
Respect Daddy Ernie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The new album, how much was it of a risk you was taking doing an album like that? As you said earlier on, you was more known as a dancehall artist, but this album here now, we had a lot of one-drop tomato.
Well, now to be honest with you, like I said, I really changed my thinking over the last, let's say, 2 years, where I'm taking a lot more ownership of, you know, just my life in general, and that includes my music, you know. And so I wanted to make this album for quite a while, and in my previous way of thinking, I was thinking it was a risk, and I was listening to those who thought it would be a risk to, yo, you know, people know you for dancehall, yo, you should have really be doing this, that, blah, blah, blah. But after, you know, getting independence from a record label and fighting for it, for this freedom to do exactly what you want to create and not worry about, you know, what the A&R think, what demographic you appeal to, and why the ladies them like you should have take off your shirt and rub on some coke at a time.
I'm true, no?
And sing more girl song, you know.
That fit you doing, brother?
The school not sing.
She's a man.
Yeah, so, you know, so...
A one-drop song without a shirt, man.
No.
That tell you, it don't work.
Yo, no, so Daddy Ernie, I mean, I really get to a point where, you know, I could have just immersed myself in music, going back to when I fell in love with this art form from my 3.5 or 4, and just, you know, do the music as I was feeling to do it and forget about everything commercial. I never did that album to sell one copy of it. You know, I recorded the album to let it be what I consider the first installment in what the rest of my career and contribution is going to be. I feel like, you know, up to this point, I've learned everything I have learned to contribute to what I really want to do moving forward. And so this album, you know, to me is a first step in that direction. So it wasn't a risk at all, in my view.
Fantastic answer. Have we got any more questions?
Anika Allen, Color Network. So my question's for Tarrus. Basically, last year you worked with Ellie Gould and Major Lazer. So do you feel after doing that it opened you up to new markets, and then do you want to kind of work with more artists that are a bit
Yes and yes. Yeah, definitely. Because the Ellie Goulding song play on stations and on TV stations in places where my music wouldn't regularly play. But because of the genre of the music and the whole collab and thing, it gives me some other ears. So definitely I want to do that. I want to do that with some of our kind of music too. So definitely we give thanks for that whole opportunity to do it. And the good thing about it is I be myself, and I mean I never have to be anybody else or try anything. We just make a song and, you know, some other people get to hear it and see it. It's a big deal. A lot of people say, yo, Mr. Yopan, you know, all type of things. So it's cool.
So if you could have a choice to kind of work with anybody else that you haven't yet, so opening up even more, is there anybody you have in mind?
We just have everyone in mind that love music like me. Not so, it would be unfair for call like a name. Me just who love music like me is a madman for music and love it. So anybody who love music like that, me ready for work with them. You know what I mean? I don't really have any kind of... I tell them earlier we don't play cricket. Cricket have bounds, we play music. And music don't have any bounds.
Spice?
Yes.
If you could choose one international artist to work with, who would it be?
In Rihanna, of course. Rihanna, that would definitely be, she's like my all-time favorite. So, and her story also has inspired me because she's from the Caribbean as well, and you know, I'm inspired by her. So definitely that would have to be Rihanna. Work, 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 work.
Oh yeah.
What do you think is importance of reinvesting in the same communities that you not only come from, but the communities that benefit and contribute towards your career coming up, of reinvesting, you know, back in terms of time or in some way a charitable cause?
Sounds good enough.
Well, me can answer that first.
Go on to rest.
Me do that all the while, you know. Every day. And we do that in small ways and in large ways. Even recently, my community, me live out of East, out of St. Thomas, we keep a free concert, not a concert, charity concert, to help a girl named Akela Moore get a brain surgery at the Markby High School. And all the artists come out. It was a thing in the media. I don't know how much people over here see it in the media. But it's that thing, me and the Markby High School committee keep it.
That's
And
fantastic.
we did raise the funds and she did get the brain surgery done. And that's just one case, but every year, Spice has, I don't think Spice come yet, but Jeffrey has been there before. We keep a free concert in Emancipation Park. Why I'm telling you about concerts is because we have music. So right away, music is an easy way for we to help people. We know artists all the while, which I encourage them and help them come into the studio and help them build them craft. So I definitely use the music tool and music avenue to try help. Sometimes bring awareness to cases. Sometimes in song. If I sing a song, or if you beat you, I want to take your clothes off. Me try link with some domestic violence group. And me always I try to do that outside of music. Just as a man where believe certain things and I try to live the song them. So we always reinvest time, sometimes money, sometimes we just lend that ear to a cause. I can't speak for myself, that's all.
Nice.
Well, for me, I've done so much things that even, you know, don't get highlighted in the paper because I don't believe that I need to get up and put everything out there in the media. I'm going to do this, I'm going to sponsor that and whatever. All year round, I've always been a sponsor to everything in my community because I think I'm like one of the only celebrity from my hometown, that's Brayton. So the school will call me for everything. The church will call me for everything. I've always been sponsoring my school, that is my past school, Brayton All Age. I'm also one of the only sponsor for the fire department in my community, that's Portmore, where they have a homework center. So I provide books, homework facility, everything for the kids. I want to get people to come on board to help me with that as well. So I've always been doing stuff. For Christmas, I went with my entire family along with my Team Spice dancers as well to give back gifts and presents and stuff for the kids. That one came in the paper, but I've always been giving back. Always been giving back to my community.
Well, you spoke about the importance of giving back. I mean, it kind of go without saying. You know, we all have benefited from, you know, people giving us, you know, while we were, you know, growing up and in that kind of situation. And so it's just automatic that, you know, if you are in any kind of position to help, and I don't mean financially, because people always think about help sometimes in a financial sense, but just time, you know. I've spent, you know, we all have spent time contributing to whatever different cause, whether it be just being present so that a youth can ask you a question, or just to even see and just be inspired by you being there. I was inspired by seeing so many different people come through the community, you know what I mean? The contribution can be just so broad. I just understanding that, you know, you have that responsibility to give as you have received.
You're all from like one generation of artists, and obviously you've come up all together. Now you have a new generation of artists coming through. Who do you rate out of the new generation?
Who do I rate out of the new generation? I rate, alright.
No,
I can't say I rate everyone, and I think I need to know more about the music. Like me personally, I have to give them more time. Because me mark hard, you know. Yeah, I have to mark hard because the people who inspire me are great people. I look up to people like Bocho Bantan, that was my heroes. You Gargamel, Bounty Killer, Beanie Man, you know, later on Sizzler. So like me, how me measure things, I'm gonna measure easy. You know what I mean? And that's why me work so hard, because I know so when me I go to judge or measure now, nobody not gonna ramp with me. So I mean, I listen to the radio, I hear a lot of things sound from all the familiar names. But I want to give them some more time. Because I don't want to put too much pressure upon them. I'm going to say, yo, I him, you know, and then when they turn on a she. You know what I mean? So that is how me look, man. I want to give more people. But I mean, everyone who you hear doing something, they must be doing something good. See, that's why you hear them, you know what I mean? So, but.
That's a diplomatic answer.
Well, that's from me. But like I said, that's it. But like I say again, like me not really give away my marks so easy. So me want to give the artist more time to develop and do them before I make a choice. I don't like just choose anything. Me peculiar with how me eat and certain kind of things. So me peculiar with my music too.
You're going far with it.
That's true.
Singing.
That's true.
Like you know, you will always have you know, new talent, you know, coming to the fore, and you know, you need new talent in order for the music to continue to grow. And you know what I mean? I personally, I can't. I mean, Romeo and Virgo has been out for a while, and so I don't know if you'd classify him as you know, a new kid on the block by any stretch. Yeah, and you know, that is a name that come to mind for me, because I really believe, like, you know, I see him as a kind of artist that will be a Sanchez of 10 years from now, in that kind of way, like that kind of significant contribution, like just another solid. I mean, we can talk about, and maybe it's born from a Tarrus said to, like, so let's say Chris Martin too, like, but they have been out for a while. It's almost a decade, but in going to that singer says almost now you get enough of them work to really you know, assess, you know, exactly what kind of, you know, contribution I'm having. Because, you know, you and me know that you might have artists come out for 2 years and it look like something I got, man, then, you know, that's it. So, you know, that being said, like, you have a youth who I think have great talent too, but sometimes, like, having gone through 15 years almost already, it's like I see something sometime and I wish that I could have just tell them, and sometimes you can't tell them. Sometimes I try telling them, you know, like,
and they don't want to hear it.
Me, you know what I mean? So like a youth named Deep Joy, I think, have incredible talent. That song where him do, the life goes on, from a Seaman, it was a Magnum competition it was on. You know, I think that you would have, you know, the kind of raw material that can really be something special if, you know, all the dots connect for him. What else again? You have some, you know, Jamil, and you know, like you have some. You see, the thing is, at this stage, it's about development. You know, it's not about, oh, you know, just because you have 2 songs out mean you have exactly what you need to really represent this music well. My situation has been one of gradual, you know, progression and growth and thing, and I appreciate that. So sometimes, you know, we need to give the artists a chance to develop and impress upon them that they need development. So it's not about, you know, you come out today and you must be an expert today. You can learn as you go.
In the industry, you've got new artists that are just stepping into the industry and never experienced anything as an artist. What have you gone through that is negative that you can educate a new artist in how to overcome those hurdles? You need to give me an example and how you got through it so that a new artist...
Oh, this sounds like an interrogation.
True Flames radio style. Flames radio always.
You know what I mean? Like, I need to give you an example.
I've been through
Once
so
upon
much.
a time, there was an interviewer that was bothering me in England, and it was almost negative, but I needed. Go on.
Want me to go first?
You, ladies,
yes,
go.
Fancy.
Credit card, you have to have one from early. The reason why, a lot of people wouldn't even know why I say credit card, but funny my talk, me I say, I have a credit card here, or a card or something. The most negative thing that any artist, well, may I speak for myself, could ever experience, promoters being stranded on the road, things like that. You have to always have a credit card, because these promoters
get vex money.
No, yeah,
you get
but remember, sometimes the cash can't help you. So sometimes you go at the counter to buy your ticket, because them send you a ticket and say, oh, you have a flight going back, because after the show done them business, you understand? You have this flight going back when the ticket is not really booked, and you reach the counter and you're saying a ticket not there. So them not take the cash from you. We only take card. Little things like that has always been a major problem for people on the road, like being stranded and stuff like that. So you
Taurus
have to
is
prepare
laughing
mentally.
like, yeah, I've been there.
No, everybody got through that tour life, touring, everything. It's always cause a problem. Like, you just have to always prepare them way there. They can't. You will be stranded. I remember.
I've actually been on tour and experienced that, so I understand.
I think everybody can experience a little something like
tour
that
life.
when it comes to promoters and stuff like that. Tour life is not easy, so you have to always just prepare.
You want if you want like, you know, of course, them say no biz like showbiz, right? And if you really like, how long we have? We can list experiences from now till next year.
Just one.
But no, I think, like I said, my new perspective don't allow me to see things like that, like as negative. Full stop. Some of the time you need to.
Your teeth might answer. Your teeth might answer.
Just pure teeth.
No, your teeth might get. Can't get something I go say.
No, we don't want you when me talk. I mean, I tell us if we go on. No, tell the truth now. After I say Virgin Guan, him say no. Then he say talk. Yes, I'm a teeth man. So what a week. I want to man. Anyway, back to what I say.
But new perspective is, you know.
No, but I'm sorry. And if it was so, isn't it?
You rob me though.
If you're afraid, like, I want to see you, my beard all grown in, but I no, even when I say, yes, I'm mad, so I don't want a scandal and tell a lie upon me, you know. All I'm saying is, I really did have to challenge myself, and because, if you know how we get personal, I went through a difficult time, like, when I turned 30 years old, I got to share it with you, know. Me born my mother and my father at 30. See, so I always ascribe some significance to that. And my 30th birthday, I believe, was the worst day me spent on the earth because it's like, I don't know. Like I said, because from me I grew up, I just ascribed this significance to it, and I was doing this whole assessment of, you know, what is my life like now at 30? And I think I was just so unresolved with a lot of things and unsure about certain things, with fear and doubt are creeping over the years when you think say you're getting experience and all you're doing is gathering fear and doubt, and all you're doing is pushing you further and further from what you really need for the well. That's what my experience was. So after 30, now I'm now 33 by the way, between 30 and 32 I really did have to challenge myself to figure this thing out how I'm going to move forward. And at the time I said I go down the music too and go find something to do, I swear. So in finding a new way of looking at things, an attitude of gratitude where, you know, I look at things to give thanks for versus things to complain about. So when I think now on what I thought were negative experiences, I love every one of them, you know, because, you know, with each experience, you know, you learn a little bit more and you adjust a little bit more, and
it's made you who you are
today. It's a part of your story. So I would say the best advice I would think to give is make sure that when the so-called negative experiences come, you kindly learn the lesson that you need to learn, and you know, adjust as you go along, and understand that you're working towards, you know, something that's great and it's down the road and it doesn't have to be immediate, and you know, work towards it 100%.
Yeah. He might go around me. Can't hear him like I said now. What I was going to say is that we got through all heap of things, but looking back at what we got through and hearing other people's stories, we find out it could have been worse. So to call them negative don't really make no sense, because like him said, we did learn a lot from them and we still have life, and never really kill we or even injure in a big great way.
Because if it don't
You know?
kill me.
It make it stronger, you know what I mean? So I like sleeping police. I like something like a speed bump. You know, we just go over them and just know, say, yeah, that was then, and we just know that we don't want to repeat the same things that we thought was mistakes at the time. So
like your Spice learns so she have a credit card.
yes, I mean just listen Spice, I know something I left my own.
Yeah.
You understand me? But definitely,
Alright.
I just experience.
3 fantastic answers. The floor is now closed. Remember to hashtag More Life launch. We're at Red Bull. More Life 2016 tour by Flames Radio and Other Level Promotions. Quickly, before we wrap it up, you know you guys have to do a little quick 1, 2 of a song.
Them can't do me nothing because enough psalms to chant. The Lord's my shepherd, I shall not want. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Nice choir.
Hold on. Me have the people them give me the reading. Give me this. Give me this.
Oh.
Give me this.
That's for selling
Right now. Alright then. I got this thing round a backyard. You know if you shake it up like a left to the right, move like indicator. Vibrate it like a snake where you quick to the left, make it jump to the right. Make it blink like a car light. Indicator, body firm and tight. Me put the big like 64 mega. Left side side a jump, right side a jump. And a bumper ya go convert Donald Trump. Make him and change when inside him. And a bumper ya go convert Donald Trump. Hey, watch how me go sit down with it. Who me a bubble bumper a jump in it. Indicator, them a watch how me did it. Them a protocol advocate it. Them a bumper jumping. Watch how my bumper jumping. Left, right, bumper jumping. My bumper jumping. Left, right. No spice.
Today me rise like the sunrise, my brighter. Right, no one can break my vibe. I me no care who want fight, who want criticize. I'm on the higher heights. Tell them say what you want to, do what you want to. It's no concern to me. Yeah. Because I have my own vision, made up on my own mission to rule my destiny. Yeah, well it's my day to do what I want to. Well it's my time, and I'll use it any way I want to. Sure, my life, and I'm responsible for every action. Well, it's all mine, my day, my time, my life.
Ready for even one buckle of the pipe and you hurt strong, hurt strong, hurt strong, hurt strong.
Yeah.
Sing on today, your birthday, but we celebrate.
Same
Bust a
one.
buckle, drop a crate. Man.
Yeah.
More Life 2016.
Yeah.
Press launch at Red Bull Studio, Flames Radio, another level promotion.
Good.
Thank you all so much.